up to the fence now, shaking hands with people, the president and his wife. This is great for the people and makes the eggshells even thinner for the Secret Service, whose job it is to guard the man. Smiling Secret Servicemen all around. Boy, this is something. The president waves goodbye. Governor Conway standing in the car beaming. And back they go to the car.
Can you imagine today people getting that close to the president and the first lady? I mean, that just wouldn't happen. And this event changed all of that.
Out for downtown Dallas, where thousands should already be on the street right now, waiting for a view of the president and his wife. It'll turn on Houston Street to Elm under the triple underpass, out to the Mark where the president parked.
Sitting in the back seat as we said the top is down. The motorcade will be moving slowly enough so that everyone along the road will have a good look at the chief executive. I'm trying to put the glasses right now, see who is in the front seat of the automobile in the glare. It looks like Governor Conley and his wife. That's who it is. Jeff Curry and Sheriff Bill Deckard, and here is the President of the United States. And what a crowd, what a tremendous welcome he's getting now. There are people absolutely looking from every window here in downtown Dallas. They're going further down, and just about now, as we can see, far, far down Main Street towards Simmons Freeway, the motorcade is just about to reach the location of the county courthouse.
Okay, I'm going to preface this by telling you this story. This is what they're trying to do here, is just telling you what everybody was doing. I think I told you this, but I can't remember. I was 5 years old, and we lived in Laurel, Montana, and I didn't go to kindergarten because they didn't have kindergarten those days. And I'm watching TV just like this, and I watch what you're going to see here, and I go in the kitchen and tell my mother that the president's been shot, and she scolded me for saying such a thing until she figured out by the look on my face that she had hurt my feelings, and so she went in to the living room and started watching this as you see it today, and that's how she found out.
And now for the next 30 minutes, as the world turns. Brought to you by Instant Niagara and new Niagara Spray Starch, famous products of best food.
Did you ask him why he invited her?
He said something about not wanting her to have Thanksgiving dinner alone. He didn't think it was right.
It was real nice of the boy.
And I thought about it, and I gave it a great deal of thought, Grandpa.
Here is a bulletin from CBS News. In Dallas, Texas, 3 shots were fired at President Kennedy's motorcade in downtown Dallas. The first reports say that President Kennedy has been seriously wounded by this shooting. Stay tuned to CBS News for further details.
It takes more than an instant to make a real cup of coffee. That's why Nescafe has come up with a new kind of coffee. It's more than an instant. instant. It's new Minute Brew Nescafe.
Just go to the downtown area, code 3 to Wilmer, Houston. We'll talk.
I want to back up and show you this spot right here. This is where Abraham Zapruder was standing, right here looking this way.
I heard 3 loud shots seemingly from right over my head. Completely roped off by Dallas Police, the K-9 unit there.
I searched train cars and through the road yards, could find no one.
Attention all emergency equipment. All traffic off of the emergency entrance to Parkland Hospital. And all emergency equipment off of Industrial Boulevard. We have a man here sitting in on photo on the weapon. Parking the building for a party. A small Negro boy and a white man said they had seen a man with a gun in the window of a building overlooking the route. He's thought to be in this Texas school book depository.
Bullet shots were heard to ring out. The president slumped into the lap of Mrs. Kennedy. Witnesses said they saw blood streaming from his head. Mrs. Kennedy was heard to say, "Oh, no."
The motorcade sped on toward the hospital. It took them perhaps 5 minutes to reach the ambulance entrance of the hospitals. Reporters there to say the president is lying flat on his face in the car.
What was a wonderful welcome in downtown Dallas has become a scene of indescribable horror. Faces are ashen white, and people are wondering, is our president going to live?
And what would any collection be without fake fur?
That's right. It is seen all over this year, and it's so smart. Yeah.
This is Little Red Riding Hood.
Boy, it certainly is, all bundled up and ready to go out in the hill. Then there's zippers up the side so that the jacket will fit tightly around the hips, keeping that straight, sleek look that it should have. And very often you'll find a zipper hidden in the arm.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. You'll excuse the fact that I'm out of breath, but about 10 or 15 minutes ago, a tragic thing, from all indications at this point, has happened in the city of Dallas. Let me quote to you this. And you'll excuse me if I am out of breath. A bulletin, this is from the United Press from Dallas. President Kennedy and Governor John Connally have been cut down by assassins' bullets in downtown Dallas. They were riding an open automobile when the shots were fired. The president, his limp body carried in the arms of his wife Jacqueline, has rushed to Parkland Hospital. And if you'll excuse me if I give some directions and we talk about what we're going to do here for the next few minutes, but Bobby, let's tape this, if you please, particularly the interview with the eyewitness people. It is being taped good. And you will excuse me, I don't want to interrupt you. I'm so sorry because I know that you were so upset, but I would like to talk to you for a minute. It's a little bit awkward, so the camera shots will have to fall as they may. I'm going to stand right here and maybe somebody can give me a chair while we're doing this. May I have your name, please, sir?
Bill Newman.
And this is Mrs. Newman?
Yes, sir. And this is? J.K. James, and this is? Billy. Billy, tell me what you saw and what you felt. What happened to you?
We just come from Lafayette after seeing the President and the First Lady, and we were just in front of the triple underpass on them. We're at the edge of the curve, getting ready to wave at the President.
So you were down under the viaduct, so to speak, weren't you?
Well, we were halfway in between
on the grass.
Triple underpass. We were at the curve when the incident happened. But the President's car was some 50 feet still yet. And in front of us coming towards us, and we heard the first shot, and the President, I don't know who was hit first, but the President jumped up in his seat, and I thought it scared him. I thought it was a firecracker, because he looked, fear. And then as the car got directly in front of us, well, a gunshot apparently from behind us hit the President in the side of the temple.
Do you think the first gunshot came from behind you, too?
I think it came from the same location, apparently back up on the hill. We didn't realize what happened until we seen the side of his head whenever the bullet hit him in the head.
Did you see the blood coming from the President's head?
Yes, sir, we seen that.
Okay, this is Mary Morgan's photo I was telling you about from behind. And you see this right here? It's like a stream. This is the third bullet from behind, a picture of that.
In the emergency room with the President, and the crowd outside is quiet and waiting for some word of the condition of the President.
At 8 bulletin, Representative Albert Thomas, the Democrat from Houston, Texas, says that he has been informed that President Kennedy and Governor Connally of Texas are still alive.
And now here is a report from Ron Cochran.
Thank you very much, Don. I have just returned from lunch where I was called and informed of the tragedy involving President Kennedy. I'm sure that millions of Americans. You can see there's a little confusion here in our studio. I have just returned from lunch. I was called at a restaurant here in New York, advised of the tragedy involving President Kennedy. He was, as you probably know by now, shot along with the governor of Texas in a motorcade in Dallas, Texas, by unknown assailants. So far as we know at the present time, they have not been captured.
Attention all squads. The suspect in the shooting at Elman, Houston is reported to be an unknown white male, approximately 30, slender build, height 5 feet 10 inches, weight 165 pounds, reported to be armed with what is thought to be a .30 caliber rifle. No further description at this time or information. 1245.
Okay, this is all going to be new stuff, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to let you see it before I lecture on it. Normally I don't do it that way, but I want you to, this is where we kind of left off. So kind of, you don't have to write anything down. I'll give it to you, but pay attention.
You will be at large, but mercy is under them.
J.D. Tippett will be a name you will find out about.
Excuse me 1 minute, let me... Quote, Clint Hill, a Secret Service agent, this is from the United Press. Clint Hill, a Secret Service agent assigned to Mrs. Kennedy, said he's dead as the president was lifted from the rear of the White House touring car. Mr. Kennedy was rushed to an emergency room, and I believe it's Parkland Hospital, is it, Jack?
President Kennedy is on the inside of Parkland Hospital, and 2 priests have just been sent in to the room with the president.
Oscar Huber, James Thompson. Ralph Yarborough.
Now we have word that an announcement has been made on the public address system at the trademark where the president was due to speak.
The announcement was made to the crowd just a few minutes ago as to what had transpired. As you can imagine, there are many stories that are coming in now as to the actual condition of the president. One is that he is dead. This cannot be confirmed. Another is that Governor Connolly is in the operating room. This we have not confirmed.
Of course, there's a great deal of rumor. Bill mentioned a great deal of rumor, as is understandable at a time like this. So we would hesitate to pass any of that along, but stick strictly with the facts we get.
A flash from Dallas. 2 priests who were with President Kennedy say he is dead. This is the latest information we have from Dallas. Of course, standing by to give you all available information as it comes to us. I will repeat with the greatest regret this flash.
Ladies and gentlemen, the President of the United States is dead. John F. Kennedy has died of the wounds received in assassination in Dallas less than an hour ago. We repeat, it has just been announced that President Kennedy is dead.
The Associated Press quotes 2 priests who were with the president, stating that he died from the bullet wounds or wound inflicted upon him. The president was given the last rites of the Roman Catholic Church in a little bit about 1 too, but it was a sniper who fired from it, considerably.
The president is dead.
WBAP-TV in Fort Worth, Dallas, for confirmation. We go to newsman Tom Murphy.
Substantiating this, but not confirming it, is a report about 5 minutes ago by the Dallas Police Department to all of its officers that the president had died. Charles Murphy, Cardinal, NBC in New York.
What's your feeling right now?
I really couldn't say. Really, right now I just don't know what to do.
It's unbelievable.
who would want to shoot the president? What did he do? I mean, he's been doing so much for the country. Someone goes out and shoots him?
Incredible.
Ladies and gentlemen, we interrupt CBS momentarily for a local bulletin with Joe Scott.
Thank you. We're down here at the scene of the current manhunt of Elm and Keith Street.
That's Will Fritz.
Jerry Hill with the Dallas Police Department just leaned out of windows. Apparently they found some shells that are in that room.
The rifle believed to have been used in today's assassination was recovered from the 6th floor.
That's J.C. Day, the bald guy there, J.C. Day. This is all new here. Okay, remember I told you nobody knew the route of Oswald from his boarding house to 10th and Patton? This is what happens at 10th and Patton.
This police officer just shot. I think he's dead.